Alrighty guys, good morning, good afternoon. Excited to have y'all back. Hopefully we enjoyed fall break. I know my family did, and hopefully you all did as well. As we're hopefully maybe one day it'll start getting a little cooler outside. We can have a little fall, and after doing a lot of grading and kind of just refreshing, kind of going over what we did the first quarter. We are going to make a couple of changes, nothing too drastic, but just wanted to kind of keep in mind of some of the things that we're going to start doing and some of the things I want to reinforce that we make sure we continue to do. Okay, so for the most part, most classes have been doing a really good job with the blended learning, and hopefully we're getting the value of that. Again, this is something that the county really wants us to start pushing. I think you all enjoy it a little bit more. If not, I apologize. We're going to try and take it to the next level here in the next couple weeks. But as far as expectations, again, if we are doing a blended learning lesson, a play posit, again, you are not to be talking because a lot of people are still watching the video, even if you're finished. This is something that is an individual. Now, if you, like today, for example, when we get done, if you are able to if your class is able to cooperate, then our next activity you can work in groups with, right? But that's only if your class cooperates. I think most of them will. Okay. Now, as far as a couple of changes, bell work. All right. A lot of you are losing points, daily points, grades, because you are not doing your bell work. So here's the change we're going to make. Every week, you will need one sheet of paper for bell work. You need to date every single day you do bell work. You will have bell work in here almost every day, especially every day we do a lesson, a play posit. All right, but that bell work needs to be something different outside of your binder, not the page you take notes on. So here's what I'm asking. I need you to write down the bell work on one sheet of paper. So you should have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Make sure you have the dates, and then on Friday, you're going to turn that in. That'll be easy grade. It's all review. If you need help, I'll help you, but most of the time, the answers are in your notes. So bell work, make sure you are turning those in on Friday. I will grade those every single Friday. Easy A right there. Play posit. All right, the one change we're going to make is basically just make sure that you are filling out the answers when I ask you questions, because now I have your classes organized and you just need to fill out the answers. Most of the time I'm just looking at, okay, this person got it, this person didn't, but mainly it's going to be kind of like the standard base grading we talked about with the stations. If I see that you're working, if I see that you're getting the material, you're going to be fine grade wise. If you're not, if we're struggling to keep quiet, things like that, then that's going to say, okay, this person is not getting it, this person's not really participating, so that'll only hurt you. So I was going to have you save the PDF and email it to me, but I think it's just going to be much easier. I can check your progress at the end, and I'll show you all that in class maybe today or tomorrow, how I can check it to make sure that you are finishing each play posit. All right, and then that'll basically be your grade each day we do one of these. Okay, so getting into the day, bell work. This should have been on the board when you walked in. Okay, so a member of a religious community is known as a monk. That's another reason you should be doing your bell work, because I'm giving you the answers right now. So M-O-N-K, monk. Number 2, since the fall of Rome, the clergy, C-L-E-R-G-Y, became a unifying force in Western Europe. Going back to your vocab, members of the church, that is the clergy. All right, what do you think is meant by the picture below? This is something I won't go over because this is whatever you think it may be, but you have a puzzle, you have Western Europe kind of coming back together. All right, objective today, explain the impact of Charlemagne, Charles the Great, being crowned by the Pope. What should I know before leaving class today? Describe Charlemagne's empire, identify who crowned Charlemagne, explain the impact of Charlemagne being crowned emperor. All right, so what if everyone will get a letter? Everyone in class, we're not doing this in class, but just kind of play along and act like we are doing this activity in class. All right, then this should help you understand the importance or how Charlemagne came to get power. Everyone will get a letter. Okay, as a class, we will spell 2 words, but not everyone will be used. All right, so there's someone in the class who received the index card, and it says, get the class to spell Charlemagne unites. So let's say I passed out letters to different members of the class. No one's supposed to show anyone that card. Don't show anyone the card. I gave one person the card, and it says Charlemagne unites. Now, through the chaos, you don't know, the ones that have the letters, you don't know what I'm asking you to spell. About halfway through, I'm going to put a crown on someone's head with the index card and told the class that she had more information than they did. That person shows the index card. What does the index card say? Get the class to spell Charlemagne unites. So the class does it. Everyone's happy. We're all unified. But before that, it was what? It was chaos, right? So let's say again we did this activity in class. This sort of simplifies, sort of tells a story of how Charlemagne was able to gain power. All right, Charlemagne united a large portion of Western Europe under one government. Okay, so again, we have the Middle Ages, we have the Dark Ages. We talked about the monks, the mendicants, the clergy, but it is a very dark time in Western Europe now. Charlemagne is going to take a large portion and unify Western Europe under one government. Now, so you see here Charlemagne's empire of at the beginning 768. We have the yellow, all right, and then by the time that he is dead in 814, then you have the brown. Okay, so you see how much he gained in that time. Now, going back to the activity. Who crowned Charlemagne in our activity? Well, like I said, if we were doing this activity, it would have been me. I am the leading figure in this classroom, correct? Sometimes, some of you all think it's you all, but at the end of the day, it's the teacher, all right? So, how did this help get everyone in order? Okay, so if I gave the index card to someone who, is going to use it, you all know, the ones that don't have the index card, okay, they have the information. He's the teacher. Well, this is what happened with Charlemagne, okay? So, with Charlemagne, the Pope, we watched the video on the Pope before fall break. We see how important he is in Europe. Charlemagne was crowned emperor by the Pope, who was highly thought of by many different people in Western Europe. Pope, big deal. They looked to him for religion, politics. They all thought highly of the Pope. So, Charlemagne, the guy on the cover of your textbook, go ahead and take a brief break from this, and you are going to read the Charlemagne section in your textbook, page 247 to 248. All right, so you should have just read Charlemagne section in your textbook, page 247 to 248. Again, not a lot of reading there, but just told the story of how Charlemagne was now crowned by the Pope. Now that he has been crowned by the Pope, people see that he has legitimacy. That, okay, this guy, he has been crowned by the Pope. He's going to unify us. Because, again, they highly respect the Pope, so they're going to highly respect Charlemagne. You should have some play, pause it questions over what you just read. All right, so, again, I am going to put these on. Play, pause it off to the side there. They'll pop up as soon as I get done talking. Charlemagne is known for two things. All right, united most of Western Europe under one government. The first time since Roman Empire. It was known as a Christian kingdom, became known as the Holy Roman Empire. He was crowned emperor by the Pope. Pope had more authority, made Charlemagne's rule more accepted by the people. Okay, so in Roman Empire, you have a lot of rulers. After the fall of Rome, People don't know who to listen to. There's all these different rulers. Is this guy? Should we listen to this guy? Kind of like if you had 20 teachers in here, which one do you listen to? Well, you know who to listen to if Miss Seymour or Miss Beller came in here and said, hey, Coach Shutt's your teacher. So that's basically what happened here. Pope says, this is the guy. This is the guy that supports me, so I'm going to make him the emperor. So this made Charlemagne's rule more accepted by the people. All right, again, you should be writing these down off to the side there. All right, the conclusion questions I will put on play pause it. All right, once you get finished, you will have a Word document that I will place under this play pause it on my website. Go to that Word document, click on it, and you will put the answers on your own paper under wherever you took notes. Okay? So again, I'm looking at that, and we'll work on this tomorrow in class as well. Depending on how you all did today would be dependent upon how, if you were able to work in groups or if you're able to talk while you're working. Again, that's a privilege that's earned. So make sure that you go and click that link. You're going to read a brief excerpt about Charlemagne, then fill in the blank questions, and then you have a couple of open response questions. Shouldn't take you too long. But again, make sure that you go click that link on my website. It should be under the play pause it. All right. So again, I'm glad everyone's back from fall break. Make sure we start off this quarter very well. Most of you did just fine the first quarter, so let's keep that up. If you did not do well, make sure that you are starting a new trend. All right, so you all can go ahead and start working on that.